Good evening and thanks for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Samuel King. Helene's aftermath continues to be felt in our region. Here's a look at the latest development. This just in within the past 10 minutes or so, President Joe Biden has approved a federal emergency declaration for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Franklin County was just one of the many departments to respond to this fire right in the heart of Rocky Mount. The chief tells me that a construction crew next door actually spotted the fire, and once it really got going, the flames causing that roof to partially collapse, complicating the investigation.
Get a chance and I floor it. I'm so scared.
Now next time, would you have done that? Floored it?
I don't know.
Attack drawing a lot of attention both here in Danville in Virginia and nationally. And for more on what happened and how others are reacting, we go now to 10 News reporter Ethan Ellis, who is near the scene of that attack earlier today. Ethan? Jeff, people say it's hot. It's summer. It's June. It's supposed to be hot, but despite tornadoes, flooding, flash flooding, winter weather, extreme heat can be deadly.
It is the number one killer of Americans, weather-related, every single year.
Times that you may have to do things differently. Have you begun to formulate those plans, and what's your message to veterans out there who might hear a phrase like that?
So if veterans hear that, what they need to hear is we are going to continue to make sure that we provide them the absolute best health care.
In terms of unemployment, what needs to happen, and has what needs to happen been happening in this case?
Well, no. They're having trouble getting their unemployment.
Thanks, Jeff. A Blacksburg pediatrician has been fired, and the state has suspended his medical license, finding he engaged in, quote, an egregious pattern of disruptive behavior. These issues date back to when Dr. Dalton Rennick practiced at Carillion Children's in Cave Spring.
Love that. It's such a great thing. You know, you don't have to worry about cleaning the pool. You got to drain it out anyway, so you might as well let the dogs have some fun and help the RCACP out, too.
And it's good that it's an event after Labor Day, too, you know, because a lot of activities this weekend. It's still probably warm, and especially get out there, spend some time with the dogs splashing around.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, a good cause, because as we've been talking about, their animal care and control, they've been dealing with a lot, overcrowding and getting
over 200 animals in their care right now.
Wow,
yeah,
that's definitely.
Yeah, so help them out and have some fun too.
Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Samuel King.
And I'm Rachel Lucas. We are gearing up for the first of a few Weather Authority alert days.
Meteorologist Delaney Willis joins us to explain the oppressive heat that's going to be with us over the next few days. Delaney?
Samuel and Rachel, we have been at least pretty seasonal for the past couple weeks. We've gotten spoiled.
We have.
Yeah.
We're turning the heat back up. We're not done with summertime just yet. We do have a few heat alerts.
A lawsuit over Hope Tree's rezoning brought out strong opinions and a packed courtroom today. 10
News anchor Abby Coleman was there as attorneys laid out their case and tells us a judge will decide if it moves forward.
I was in the courtroom.
New at this hour, a major supplier of meth and fentanyl was sentenced to 145 months in federal prison. 62-year-old Endora Smith of Whitesburg, Kentucky, previously pled guilty to 2 charges involving the distribution of meth. Smith conspired with others to distribute drugs in Southwest Virginia, despite most of the deals taking place at her Kentucky residence. And she worked as a teacher at Norton Elementary and John I. Burton High Schools in Norton for 15 years prior to committing the crimes. The long simmering clash between President Donald Trump and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell was on full display during a tour this week of the renovation at the central bank's headquarters.
While the president continued to criticize Powell, he reiterated that he has no plans to fire him, and privately, Powell has been adamant that he will serve out his full term. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook has the latest.
Eating out costs a little more in Roanoke now. That's because the meals tax increased by 1%. It's now 6.5%. 10 News reporter Keisha Lynn is working for you, finding out whether the increase is putting a strain on restaurants and customers. One of the hottest events of summer attracts thousands of people to Floyd County.
That's right. Floyd Fest 25 is underway, and the peak of the entertainment weekend coincides with scorching heat indices. We were there today to see how coordinators are keeping festival goers safe during one of the hottest weekends this summer. And we'll see you out there.
And summer is reaching its precipice, and many of us are doing our best to enjoy some of those long days before getting back to the fall or back to school routine.
We are, and some viewers are soaking in all that summer has to offer, and we want to show you some of our favorite pennant photos. One viewer captured this in the Hampton area just yesterday. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
Barbie G.
Yes, and off the water and the colors there. That's gorgeous, gorgeous picture. And Stephen Holloway was out enjoying a separate sunset in the Hollins area around Carvin's Cove with some warm and cool colors to show just before dusk set in there. Just another gorgeous picture. Don't forget to submit your photos on WSLS.com/pennant, and you just might see them on one of our newscasts.
Yeah, we love highlighting how beautiful Southwest Virginia is. We got a lot of picturesque views and a lot of great photographers out there
the water and the light,
The
it can make a
mountains.
lot of beautiful pictures there.
Yeah,
So definitely
for
something
sure.
to watch. We're just getting started here this evening, and still ahead, hundreds of documents released by police are illustrating more about sentenced murderer Brian Koberger.
What these documents reveal next at 5:30.
Outraging questions about alleged child abuse at a Lynchburg daycare center. Police announced Tuesday that more people have now been charged in that case.
Yeah, here's what we know. Georgia Brown was originally charged with abuse in January, as we reported to you. Now the head of the center and members of the board are also facing charges, accused of learning about the abuse but doing nothing to stop it.
10 News anchor Samuel King spoke with one parent who says she didn't know about the abuse until it was too late.
For many parents, Elizabeth's Early Learning Center was a trusted and welcoming place for their children. But an investigation from the Virginia Department of Social Services found that one staff member, Georgia Brown, assaulted at least 5 children over several weeks last fall.
But as far as knowing, confirmed from CPS, that my child was in fact injured and assaulted was not until early December. And this happened in October.
The mother did not wish to be identified, but felt compelled to share her family's story. She says school leaders downplayed the situation for weeks.
And they chose not to call parents that day. They chose not to call CPS that day. They chose to do nothing. And they watched us walk in that door and leave our kids with someone alone, because she was the opening teacher. So she was alone with our kids for an hour or so in the morning when they knew that she was abusing them.
State investigators called in Lynchburg police. Initially, only Georgia Brown faced charges, but now the center's interim director at the time, Holland Coleman, and 3 board members have also been charged with failure to notify as a mandated reporter. Coleman also faces an additional charge of child endangerment.
CPS has their function to make sure that the child is safe. While we want to make sure the child is safe, we also want to make sure that someone's held accountable.
The mother we spoke with is pleased that authorities acted so quickly once they learned of the abuse, but she still has questions.
Not to be trite or anything like that, but you had no idea this was
Absolutely
happening.
no idea. No idea. The mom guilt's very, very intense some days.
It's not your fault at all. You know.
Yeah, we definitely trusted her. We felt very comfortable with the school.
We've reached out to Elizabeth's Early Learning Center for comment on the latest charges and are still waiting to hear back. In Lynchburg, Samuel King, 10 News, working for you.
A road rage incident on I-81 this week captured on dash cam video. A local driver says a long-haul trucker tried to run him off the road. The driver actually shared his dash cam video with us, and we want to show it to you tonight.
Yeah, we sure do. As you can see right here, the truck comes up behind him and then it starts to swerve over. That caused the car to drive onto the shoulder and almost hit the guardrail. 10 News anchor Samuel King spoke with that driver and tells us why he says having a dash cam made a difference in this case.
Steve Stover says he's never seen anything like it.
I was in fear of my life. I was scared. I was mad and angry all at the same time. And, you know, because I was almost killed.
His dash cam captured the driver of an 18-wheeler swerving at high speeds down I-81 near Salem in Roanoke County Monday evening.
I go to try to pass him, and he starts weaving all over the road so that I can't get past him. the guy was crazy. And I finally got an available spot, and I hit the gas as fast as I could, and I flew around him.
Stover wasn't hurt, but is still pretty shaken. He later reported the incident to the Virginia State Police and the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Do you think things would have turned out differently if you didn't have this dash camera on your car?
Of course, yes, definitely. It would have been my word against his word.
Criminologist and former police officer Dr. Todd Burke agrees the growing use of dash cams by drivers is a good thing,
because it documents what's going on. And what I would also suggest is with the dash cam is you don't need to have the commentary that goes along with it, but at the same time, if the commentary is there, it may aid in helping in the investigation as to the type of vehicle, the direction of travel, and so forth.
Burke also said after seeing the video, both sides should have taken steps to de-escalate.
To not continue to engage in the road rage incident, to try to diffuse the situation, to de-escalate it yourself if the other person is not going to do it, to prevent a danger not only to yourself and others in the vehicle, but to others on the roadway.
So I finally get a chance and I floor it. I'm so scared.
Now next time, would you have done that? Floored it?
I don't know. This was a scary situation. I think maybe next time you should maybe fall back and just let this guy go.
This incident has made him a bigger believer than ever in having a dash cam.
Would you recommend other people set up dash cams?
Absolutely. Dash cams should come built into cars automatically. It's not that expensive. It not only saves you, it saves everybody around you. That way nobody can lie. Video does not lie.
As for the driver in the incident, we reached out to the company, S&L Trucking out of Illinois. The owner tells us the driver was terminated on Wednesday and that he should have been the bigger person in the situation, as he is the one who is supposed to be the professional driver. Samuel King, 10 News, working for you.
An update for you. Some Roanoke County residents see some relief after a week of postal delays. A 10 News viewer reached out to us saying she and her neighbors in the Triple Crown Estate subdivision hadn't received mail since last Wednesday, the 14th. 10 News reporter Samuel King is working for you and found out the reason for those delays.
For Deb Bosley-Neff, the trip to the mailbox this past week has been frustrating. There's been some packages delivered, but no mail.
I have informed delivery so I can see what I'm supposed to be getting, within a day or two. And so I've got bills and things from the insurance company.
She reached out to 10 News with her concerns. She was told their normal carrier was on vacation and there was no substitute.
We're not the only neighborhood that's not been receiving mail these last 2 weeks.
I trained in the arts.
Bruce Marquise lives nearby and had a very disappointing birthday last Saturday.
I had family members who mailed me birthday cards at the beginning of last week, and to go to your mailbox on your birthday and not find any mail.
I and other members of the 10 News team asked questions of the Postal Service about what happened to the mail. And just about an hour after we left that neighborhood, if that, a neighbor called to say, hey, the mail that we've been waiting for over the past week just was delivered. And not only that, representatives from the Postal Service went door to door in the neighborhood, personally apologizing, saying it wouldn't happen again, and if it did, they could call the Roanoke Carrier Annex to report any concerns. In a statement, the Postal Service said in part, one rural route was recently impacted due to an employee absence. However, mail is now being serviced to that route daily. We thank our customers for their understanding and continued support. Virginia had been the worst state in the country when it came to on-time mail delivery after the Postal Service launched a reorganization effort. That is slowly improving, but the state is still fourth from the bottom.
We hope that Washington would understand that people around the country depend on their daily mail delivery and put more emphasis on the fundamentals of what the post office is supposed to do.
In the meantime, this neighborhood is grateful local officials are taking steps to make things right. In Roanoke, Samuel King, 10 News, working for you.